With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. So Black Panther opened this weekend, and it's looking to pull in like $200 million domestic. I saw the movie last night. I really liked it. I'm rocking my Black Panther shirt right now. The movie is good. It's good. A lot of people are trying to argue the politics of it as a way of further pushing the divisive nature of the film. This movie is not Ghostbusters 2016. The cast and the crew didn't come out and say that if you don't like this, you racist, just like they did with Ghostbusters saying that you're sexist. But that's not stopping people on the internet from actually trying to create this false narrative that black people are creating violence at screenings of Black Panther in order to scare white folk off. Now, one of the reasons why this is happening is because we saw a lot of posts, and I don't know how many of these are true. There are many of them said in jest that were screen capped and circulated around Twitter and other social media that said that Black Panther is for black people only and white people need to fuck off. And this is probably in response to that, but I still want to talk about it because I do feel that it is a thing that needs to be addressed. So it says, are white people being assaulted at showings of Black Panther? Online trolls tried to push claims of violence, but were quickly foiled by others on social media. And this is one thing I love about when social media comes together. You can easily and very succinctly call out bullshit. It's not that difficult to catch anymore. And of course, the answer here is false. So it says, as the film Black Panther opened in the US in February 2018, some social media users attempted to put a damper on the occasion by posting fake accounts of anti-white attacks only to be foiled by other users' photo sleuthing skills. And that's the thing. We've seen this kind of crap happen before. Oftentimes it originates from 4chan. They want to do this as a prank to see who would buy into it. And there have been times. There was one a couple years ago now called Pissing for Feminism, hashtag Pissing for Feminism, which was created on 4chan, which was created for the sole intent of trying to get feminists to pee their pants in solidarity with women who have been sexually assaulted and who are unable to control their bladder during the incident. And it was a good troll, so much so that it actually tricked Paul Joseph Watson of InfoWars into writing an article about it, saying that it was a troll that was real. Even though, or that it really trolled people into doing it, never mind the fact that all the footage that he used, all the tweets that he used were all from sock puppet accounts that were the ones trying to propagate the lie, which never actually took off. I always find that to be kind of funny when talking about how this kind of social activism through social media is oftentimes bullshit, and you should really try to trace it back to the source as best as you can. Just an example. So it says here that one photo posted on Twitter reportedly generated around 400 retweets before being debunked. The image showed a towel soaked in blood over a sink alongside the caption, "Was at the Black Panther premiere, but a group of black youth said this movie wasn't for me. I am white. They then proceeded to assault me. I'm heading to the ER now." Now, at first glance, you're going to think of this, oh my God, is this person okay? Because even though we know people lie on the internet, I think our first instinct is that it's true. Like when I was swatted a couple years ago, almost 2 years ago now, I talked about it and people were like, not true, fake news, not real, until I posted audio of the police pounding on my window and then audio of them coming and looking through my house. And they're like, oh shit, never mind the fact the news report, the police report, and other things came out as well. So yeah, people will question it sometimes, even though some more salacious things, maybe not. This one, though, was not. 400 retweets. Why? Because trying to look at it as being a real thing is so much harder than just hitting retweet because it backs a certain narrative. And again, that type of narrative has been one that's been propagated by the left, pushing these posts out there trying to say that Black Panther is for white people only, or Black Panther is the first superhero movie with a black lead. Right? Because everyone all of a sudden forgets Blade was a thing from 1998 to 2004. I mean, like, okay, so it's a lot of nonsense that goes into it here. But other users quickly noticed that the picture was actually posted on the photo sharing site Flickr in 2009. Twitter also suspended, and okay, by the way, I should point out here, reverse Google image search is a great thing. Because most people just go to Google, type in something, grab the first image that they can. It has the data attributed to it that they're able to then do a reverse Google image search and usually find out stuff is BS. And so that's how they did that. Twitter suspended the account behind that fake post, as well as the one that attempted to pass off a picture of a 19-year-old Swedish woman's bloodied face. She was actually attacked at a bar in Malmo, despite fake claims that the photo was taken after an assault connected to the film. saying here, I went to see Black Panther with my girlfriend, and a black teenager shouted, "You at the wrong theater," and smashed a bottle in her face. And again, trying to keep this kind of stuff going. This is the shit posting that happens on Twitter that's meant to be caught up in it and meant to blow up big in order to once again kind of cause a civil war for discussions. Another user attempted to pass himself off as a 23-year-old Michael Voller, who was hit in the face in London in May 2017 in an attack that was reportedly precipitated by anger over the results of the FA Cup soccer semi-match final, saying here, "They threw me out of the theater and said it wasn't my movie. I don't have insurance and I can't see #Black Panther." But yet, even just looking at the Twitter avatar here for DSA Wyatt and this guy, they look nothing alike. So, easy to see through that troll. Now, there's no indication that these posts are coordinated, but another social media user passing themselves off as the victim of assault, this one using a photo taken from a British makeup artist's portfolio, showed off their work on a message board in 4chan. But come on, the name Mort Sheckelstein with the freaking Pepe. I mean, this is the thing. This is where maybe I spend so much time looking at this kind of crap. Maybe I spend so much time talking about this kind of crap that when I see a Pepe now, I'm like, automatically this person is trolling, and fine, I'm fine with that. I just then I see people taking it as real, and I'm like, how do you not know? And then I realize also that there are people out there that don't spend their entire life ingrained in internet culture, spending time on Reddit and 4chan and Twitter and Facebook and freaking Discord and everything else, that aren't like you or I watching at home right now. And as a result of this, it just slips through the cracks. So it says here, I was at the Black Panther opening and insulted by two black teens. They told me that the movie wasn't for my kind and proceeded to punch me repeatedly to the point of where I developed a black eye. I'm currently on the phone with law enforcement now. That's a little bit too wordy for approach. They were punched me repeatedly to the point of where I developed a black eye. Sounds like he's British just trying to read it out loud. Despite these types of smear attempts, reports estimate that Black Panther is on track to earn between $200 million and $205 million at the box office this opening weekend. And that's the thing. That's true. This movie is drawing out a lot of people. It's a good freaking movie. It's a lot of fun, but people out there really, really, really want to make it about race or make it about racism or make it all this crap that it's not. And that's as a movie fan, as an MCU fan, as a person who does try to push more optimism and hope, arguably, than anything else, it gets frustrating because it's it is in some cases getting harder and harder and harder to see past the crap, because there is so much of it out there. And a lot of the posts, a lot of these good jokey posts, these shit posts, these troll jobs, they know how to pull on certain heartstrings, and they know how to make it look real enough in order to get the desired response. And part of me applauds them, believe it or not, applauds them, because I look at that as being that's a masterful troll job. You, sir, you did well. And you took a lot of people. But at the same time, I get frustrated because I'm like, this is more fake news, right? But then, what's that quote from Mark Twain? A lie is halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to put on its pants or something. I'm paraphrasing, but that's clearly kind of the idea there. And you've got people out there arguing for, the truth and trying to get it and wanting to feel like they're getting told things are true. But at the same time, it's the internet. And anything and everything you should see on the internet should be treated with a grain of salt, right? Everything. Which is why, even when I mentioned my swatting earlier, I understand why people were apprehensive. Am I lying? It's a possibility, all right? But the police report, the news report validate what I'm trying to say. But I think we intrinsically want to believe what we see. And when it comes to something that's as heavily talked about as Black Panther and the subject of race, or Ghostbusters and the subject of sex and gender and how all these things play together, there are people out there that are perpetually offended. And those are generally the left. Let's be fair. Those are generally the left. They can't take the joke. They always get caught up in it. They always buy it as real. And when that happens, the people on the right, the shit posters, they know how to get to them and how to get underneath their skin, because it's ultimately an art form. Let's be fair. It's a damn art form. And when they do this, it just perpetuates the cycle all over again. So then idiots like me have to come out, make a video saying this isn't true, this isn't real, Sorry, Paul Joseph Watson, pissing for feminism took you for a run, just like it did everybody else. You thought you were being smarmy about it, but really you were taken too. Hashtag fake news. Ha ha. I'm not a PJW fan. So there's that. I mean, we all can be taken by it. I guess the idea ultimately is let's be a bit more skeptical in the future, right? Right? Don't listen in belief. That's an Anita Sarkeesian thing. Trust but verify. Be skeptical. And remember that the skeptic community usually is, I can't even say that with a straight face, but just be skeptical and it will serve you better in the long run.